This is just one of those random late night, I really have nothing better to do because I can't sleep kind of videos. This is my 2019 Mitsubishi Mirage ES. Well, I've got a little bit of junk in this car I've got to clear out, but I've made a few changes to this car. I'm an over-the-road truck driver, so naturally I've got a CB in here. But this little thing has got 8,500 miles on the clock. I left the factory head unit in. I've just got 4 6.5-inch Pioneer coaxial speakers and they're on a 300 watt RMS amplifier. It's underneath the passenger seat. Not gonna get down there right now. I bought sail panel mounts for tweeters. You can't see it on that side, it's too dark, but there they are. Gotta install them. And my buddy's girlfriend, pumpkin orange nail polish. Yeah, it does a trick. Looks nice, actually. I also added sound deadening in all 4 doors, so they're Mercedes-Benz S-Class solid, in a way. LED warm white dome lights, and then here's the back seat. It'll go to one wide angle camera. 300 lumens each, warm white LEDs. Those are the vanity lights from a Kia Optima, and boy do they work great. You can actually see it shining through the headliner, but hey, it's not a big deal. But I'm a 6'3" guy, and I really have no issues getting in and out of this thing, and I've driven it long distance. When I changed jobs a couple months ago, I drove this thing from Greer, South Carolina, and all the way out to Denver, Colorado, with a couple of stops in between. Total trip distance was about 1,980 miles, because I had to make some detours, but this little car loaded down with gear and luggage has absolutely zero qualms about, holding 80 plus on the interstate. I mean, I had 200 or 300 pounds of gear in the back, and my back seat was full. I had this side full. Cleared out behind my driver's seat so I could lay the seat back, and, when you got to, little car sleeps nice. I just try to take really good care of it. I moved to Houston, Texas, not long after I started the new company, and that's where the car is now, so don't want to roach the interior. And it's a very good little runabout. My only real complaint is I wish I had a 6th gear. I know the engine can take it, but it doesn't do it any favors to be spinning it $4,000 for hours on end when you're on the interstate. But plus you could get better fuel economy with another gear in there. It works, but and there are some other changes I made to the car. I've got factory fog lights. This is an ES, so I went in with E-Tax and changed it. But there's the fog lights. There's the low beams. See the difference it makes? And I've got them set to, they can run independently of the headlights. And they'll stay on with the high beams. The low beams go off, but the fog lights stay on when you turn on the high beams, because you're only allowed a maximum of 4 lights at one time that are turned on at any given time on the front of a car. Here in America, anyway. It does have, these cars have a factory installed alarm. It's just not on the options list, and you need to go into E-Tax and enable it. And it works quite well. It's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning here. I'm not going to demonstrate the horn, because I did change out the factory meet moped horn for a, well, it's got an 18-inch truck air horn with an electric air compressor under the hood. Kind of gets people's attention. You know, it's like, you know, hey, pay attention to me. You know, I'm here, don't run me over. But no, I like this little Econo box. My other car is a 2006 S-Class, and you know, they're both, to me, for the most part, they're both just as comfortable. And this one is, after what I've done to it, because there's, you know, I've got quarter-inch thick layer of body coating, underbody coating on the bottom of the car, and, you know, both the inner and outer skins inside of the door are layered with butyl rubber mat, you know, Neuco butyl rubber mat. It's the cheaper version of Dynamat, and also some closed cell rubber membrane. It's like a thin rubber mat, but it makes a huge difference. The only thing I've got left to do in that respect is I need to finish doing the tunnel, you know, underneath the carpet, which involves taking this whole console out. I just didn't do it. It's actually easier to take the seats out than it is this, because you have to dismantle this whole thing, and you got to be, I feel like I have to be careful. Maybe it's not that difficult, but I just didn't feel like doing that. You know, I'll get around to it, but I also need to put sound deadening in the, as you can hear the echo, I need to put sound deadening in the roof. That's about it. You know, I just did the car's second oil change. That's all I've had to do is, you know, keep the air pressure in it, keep gas in it, change the oil on time or ahead. I like to do it a little bit ahead of time. Depends on how much I idle the car, because my cars tend to idle a lot given what I do. I'm away from home. I'm just in the habit of leaving my car running. It's not burning that much gas. Keeps the batteries from going dead, keeps the interior nice, dry, dehumidified, you know, so it doesn't smell musty. I bought this car February 25th, 2019. It's now May 11th, 2020. It still smells like a new car. Brand new car smell. I don't have kids, but I mean, even with my junk in here, it just, no change. It's been the perfect little Econo box. I really love it. Reminds me of a go-kart I had when I was a kid. So this go-kart's got seat belts, airbags, anti-lock brakes, air conditioning and heat, and a decent stereo. Oh, yeah, and good headlights. These little cars actually do have very good headlights. So if you're looking for a cheap, cheerful, reliable A to B car, or something you can, you know, once in a while drive long distance, give this car a second look. You know, these are not high-end materials, but they are quality. The quality control is pretty decent. The fit and finish is excellent, because I've gotten in $100,000 Cadillacs. I'm a car hauler. I've gotten in $100,000 Cadillacs, BMWs, and Audis that, you know, you get in them and stuff was loose and popping off, you know, glue stringing hanging down from the headliner, and doors not popped in right, panel gaps are off, you know, seats are just, you know, the upholstery will be crooked on them. And it's a $100,000 car. This one, yeah, it's built in Thailand, but I gotta say, given what they're making, this, and a lot of people disagree with me, this car's got better fit and finish and better quality control than something that cost 20 to 30 times more than this car did. So that's just my take on it. Do with it what you will. You guys have a good one.